And how good's that Kiwi vibe, eh? Seriously, watching that, if I was an Aussie driver, I'd put my car in the truck now and go home. Seriously, scary stuff, very good. Jess just said before, wider drivers love this track, and seriously, hand on heart, we all do, we always did. It's just a wonderful track that takes commitment, application, and you get rewarded for that. It's got high average speeds, it's got the stuff we like. So let's dive in and have a bit of a closer look at the track. Now, it hasn't always been the way it is. If we go back to what Lowndesy was just talking about, hang on, there we go. Back to when we started in the early 60s, here we are here, the pit lane complex here comes down here. It actually used to turn left and go way out here. I think the road goes through there now somewhere. And then as we moved forward, when supercars came here, right, from 67 to 2012, you can see we lost the bit out here and turn one became this really fast right-hander down into the chicane down the back here. And then we went further along from 2012 till now. You can see we added this little chicane up the back. So that's created a nice little overtaking opportunity. So you can just see there again, some nice track evolution to suit modern racing over the course of the years. Now, when we look at the track itself, a couple of cool things about it. I'll just turn my texter on here. First of all, overtaking, some really cool overtaking opportunities. We come through one here. This is about 200 k's an hour average through this turn one. You get about 255 down the straight, so that's ballsy stuff, let me tell you. Great little overtaking opportunity down here, a better one here. Really good overtaking opportunity here. The old crisscross can happen here, which we like, sacrificing a corner and doing the crisscross. Another one here at turn 8, but this circuit, the commitment, the love of this circuit is all about what we call the final complex here. All of that area there. Now, you're going to average about 200 k's an hour through all that. There is a massive bump there. There's a massive bump there. The car's doing this. It's all about damper and setup of the car. Really difficult to get right. But most of all, it's about driver commitment. Where you're going to get on the throttle here is a big determinant in terms of how fast you're going to go down the straight. Problem is, back here is actually blind. You can't see around the corner. So how early are you going to commit? That's driver stuff, and drivers love that stuff. So let's have a little bit of a look at some vision. First of all, I want to just show you quickly the pits from back in the day. That's about 65, 66. And then when that then transfers to the modern day pit lane, you can see exactly the same place, but the game's moved on quite clearly. So that's quite a cool little comparison there. But I want to have a look at this final complex. Again, if we go back in the day, this is the same bit of road. The bumps were still there. Cars come around. What do you got, a little Cooper S by the things, little mini? What's that, a Gogo-mobile maybe? I'm not even sure what that is. There's another one. But look now, look at the commitment. These cars coming through, and I want to stop that right there. Just go back a couple of frames. Now, as I said, that's blind. So as you come up, remember these guys are doing probably now about 210 k's an hour. This is Fabian Coulthard chasing Rick Kelly a couple of years ago. Look at Fabian. So these marks you see on the road here, you've committed. You've already committed. And you can't say, oh, I've run a bit wide, too late. Look at this. He does this beautifully. He drops his wheel off onto the grass, and you think, he's gone. But look at this. There's a little bit of tarmac. Just pops out there the way the tarmacs go. That's beautifully positioned by Fabian. Really, really well done. So that's a little bit of the track there. And then my favourite bit to all of this is the crowd. This is the crowd back in 65, 66, sitting up on that hill right there. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. The same people, the same Kiwis coming out here that love their motor racing. They really do. Now, if we transition that shot to that same hill right now on the same crowd, you know, 40, 60 years later, look at that. Nothing's changed. That same enthusiasm for that track. But trust me, as much as the fans love it, drivers are going to miss this place because we really do love it as a racetrack.